Hope everybody's having a great night. Want to spend just a couple minutes talking about the DR strategy and the results from today. And so this will be really quick. Normally Wednesdays are really my busy day. I'm in the office and I have my staff meeting kind of first thing in the morning, and so I really don't have a lot of time to really like kind of look at the charts until like right around lunchtime. And so I do sneak a peek every once in a while, but the other thing that happened today was some reason my IDR DR indicator wasn't working, so I had to like restart my phone around lunchtime, and then it started working again. So long story, we'll keep it short. Um, again, looking at price, wasn't worried about any of this because I was a little too busy, but saw price go up, and then price comes down, and actually you notice that it actually takes out or confirms DR low here. So the expectation is that price will eventually come back down and below that. The other thing is, we talked about this on one of Tim's calls. Remember, anytime, so this the red line is my sell side liquidity. So anytime that price goes below sell side, it's normally going to reverse 5 to 10 points. And you see that it kind of did that plus some this morning. So just a side note for you guys. But again, I'm not looking at any of this because I'm busy. Um, Now, when I did take a peek at this, what I noticed was because we had taken out this DR low, and then it had run all the way back up here, I started looking for what we call the retirement setup, which is when price confirms one side, and then it runs back to the other side, but it never takes out that other side, right? And so, meaning that it didn't go back up, and it could pierce the IDR, it could actually pierce the DR, but as long as it doesn't close up here, the body of the candle doesn't close above that DR line, this is still a valid DR day. All right. So as I looked at that, I saw this candle come up and this wick went all the way up really close, but didn't go through. And so I started to pay attention here right around lunchtime. And what I wanted to see was if price is going to come up and go higher than this particular candle. And then once this candle formed and it didn't, I actually end up just taking the trade here because at this point I'm only looking at a 3 point stop loss, right? Because my stop loss is literally 2 ticks above, in this case, my IDR line. I could have put it above the DR line. It would only be like 4 points. So in this case, I did a 3.5 point, a 3 point, because this was 397 to 50, I believe, and then my stop loss is 2 ticks above the IDR line in this case. So again, I got filled here, and then price starts coming down. Again, my normal trade is 5 points. That's my first stop that I do, my first take profit. And if I see it come down to three, it moves down pretty quickly, 3 4 points. I move that stop down another 5 points. I also noticed that this fair value gap formed, and so when I had this kind of a reversal here, I was like, okay, if it goes above, goes back into this fair value gap, I'm expecting it to come back down anyway. So I wasn't too worried about this one, so I left the trade on. Um, got down to 10 points. Once I got down to 10 points, the one thing I do on most of my trades is like my stop loss was up here. I actually moved that down into profit, so below my entry, because that way I'm guaranteed of not losing a trade that I was winning, right? So that's something I do. I'm not saying anybody has to do that, but that's just something I do. I'd rather take 3 points or 5 points off of this than kind of lose the trade or have it run back up against me. So long story short, I went down, watched it come down, didn't do anything. I kept moving my stop down as it went down further and further. I would move my stop loss down. So at a certain point, my stop loss, I'm in pretty decent profit. I end up doing a take profit right at the DR low line. Again, knowing it's supposed to come back down because we confirmed low in the morning. But again, that was a 20 point trade, so I was actually pretty good with that. Not trying to be super duper greedy, and plus I had to go to treatment, so I had to get out of there. Wednesday's a long day for me. So anyway, so that's the story, and that's why I took this trade here. Again, looking for that retirement setup. I think I mentioned I have 5 areas where I really just take DR trades. And I call it 5 and a possible. And so the 5 are, the DR line, the IDR line, whether low or high, so it was a 4, and then that 50% fib or 0.5 fib in the middle. So that'll be the 5 one. The possible is always this retirement setup. So this worked out well today, and so I think for the week I'm up a pretty good amount. So happy with the DR IDR strategy, and hopefully this helps. And let me know if you have any questions. We'll see you.